Divine Collective, as most of you know that have followed me throughout the years, you know that I am a writer. I consider myself to be a writer, Divine Collective, and I am writing a book. I have told all of you that. I've even shared chapters out of my book with all of you. So today, I'm going to share a couple chapters with all of you. I'm still writing it, okay? I'm just kind of waiting for the go-ahead, Divine Collective. I don't move when I think I should move. I move when God tells me to move, Divine Collective. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and share a couple chapters with you. This chapter is called, or titled, The Day My World Changed by Dottie Jean. I hope you enjoy, Divine Collective. This is all based on a true story, okay? This is the story of my life, my feelings, and just why I am who I am today, Divine Collective. Again, I hope you enjoy. The day my world changed. There are moments in life that quietly divide everything into two parts, before and after. For me, Divine Collective, that moment came when I was about 6 years old. I say about because I want this story to be truthful. Time has a way of blurring certain memories while leaving others permanently etched into your heart. I have learned that healing doesn't always return every detail, but it often returns the understanding we need. Although I had been adopted, I was still able to spend time with my biological mother from time to time. As an adult, I have often found myself wondering why those visits were allowed, knowing she struggled with addiction. For years, I wrestled with those questions, Divine Collective. Eventually, I realized that searching for someone to blame wasn't bringing me peace. When I think about my nanny and papa, I don't think about mistakes, I think about love. They were two of the kindest people I have ever known. Their hearts were enormous. They believed in giving people grace, in believing the best about others, and in making room for compassion even when life was complicated. I truly believe they wanted my biological mother to have the opportunity to remain part of my life. Knowing who they were, I also know this with complete certainty. If they had known I was in danger, they would have done everything in their power to protect me. That is something I have never doubted. One evening, my mother asked if I could spend the night. At 6 years old, I trusted the adults around me. Children don't spend their days questioning whether they're safe. They simply believe they are. That night, something happened that no child should ever experience. It changed the way I understood the world. It changed the way I understood safety. And although I didn't have the words for it then, it became one of the defining moments of my childhood, Divine Collective. As I grew older, I learned that the person who hurt me had also been deeply wounded as a child. Now let me explain, because I didn't really put in there what had happened to me. I was, I haven't added that, Divine Collective, but I was sexually molested at 6 years old by a close relative when I was visiting my biological mother. This was another child in the home, and like I said, as I grew older, Divine Collective, I learned that the person who hurt me had also been deeply wounded as a child, okay? That realization didn't erase my pain. It didn't change what happened, but it helped me understand that pain often travels through generations until someone chooses to stop carrying it forward. That understanding became part of my healing. People sometimes ask how I could forgive after everything that happened. The answer is simple, though it wasn't easy, Divine Collective. Forgiveness was never about saying what happened was acceptable. It wasn't about pretending the past didn't matter. Forgiveness was about refusing to let the worst thing that happened to me become the thing that defined me. It was about freeing my own heart from carrying bitterness for the rest of my life. I have prayed for healing not only for myself, Divine Collective, but for every person whose life was touched by that cycle of hurt. Because I have learned that hurt people often hurt people. But I have also learned that healed people can help heal people as well. That night marked the first time I realized the world could be both beautiful and deeply broken. Until then, my life had been filled with the quiet safety of my nanny and papa's home. Their love became my first understanding of what family could be. Their home became my refuge. It was where I felt protected. It was where I knew I belonged. After that experience, I carried something I wasn't equipped to carry, Divine Collective. The heaviest part wasn't only the pain, it was the silence. I never told anyone. Not because I didn't love my nanny and papa, not because I believed they wouldn't protect me. I simply didn't know how to explain something I didn't yet understand. I had always been a quiet child. I kept my thoughts to myself. I rarely ran to tell on anyone, Divine Collective. I learned very early to carry things inward instead of outward. Looking back now, I realize there are countless children who do exactly the same. They continue smiling, they continue going to school, they continue laughing when they're supposed to laugh. And all the while, they're carrying burdens no child should ever have to carry alone. For many years, I believe that chapter of my life had taken something from me forever. In some ways, it did. It took away a piece of childhood innocence that can never be replaced. But it didn't take everything. It didn't take my ability to love. It didn't take my compassion. It didn't take the foundation my nanny and papa had already built inside of me. Most importantly, Divine Collective, it didn't take the light God had placed within me before I was ever old enough to understand that light. Looking back now, I don't see only tragedy. I see a little girl who survived. I see a little girl who continued to believe in love because she had already experienced unconditional love. I see a little girl whose voice was silent for many years, but whose heart never stopped searching for truth. That little girl had no idea what her future would hold. She couldn't have imagined that one day she would speak openly about having faith. About healing, faith, forgiveness, and hope. She couldn't have imagined that the very pain she carried in silence would eventually become one of the reasons other people found the courage to begin healing their own hearts. If there is one thing I have learned, it is this, Divine Collective. Our wounds may explain where we've been, but they do not get to decide where we are going in life. The world changed me that day, but it did not define me. Love did, faith did, healing did, and those things become stronger than the pain. And those things became stronger than the pain. Divine Collective, I once believed would last forever. The end. Peace, love, and light.